Okay, thank you for joining us today, friend. Thank you for joining us in the meeting. Yes, this is VC, your able coach. Okay, today we are going to be teaching about how to enter signals, how you can trade the signals. But before we start, let me recognize the people in the meeting. Recognize the people in the meeting. Okay, I see Amina Hussein. Amina Hussein. Welcome. I see Bright Ohene, DIM. I see Marque, Musica Joshua. I see Tuan King, Victor, and Zoom user. Zoom user, you can double tap on your name, click on participants, and double tap on your name to change your name so that we can recognize ourselves. Okay? So that we can recognize ourselves. Try and change your name. I guess that is God's eyes. Please try and edit your name from Zoom user, which is the default name. Thank you. So thank you for joining us, and we can get right into the meeting. Okay. So it's all about entering the signal. The meeting is going to be short and precise. Okay. To enter a signal, what do you first do? Yeah. In futures trading, we have the sports markets, we have the futures markets. So today I'm only going to be focusing on the futures markets. Okay. I'm only going to be focusing on the futures markets, not the sports markets today, but the futures market. Okay. So to start with, I'm going to share my screen and show some of the signals that we've had and how you could have entered the signal if you were on the group to trade the signal. Okay. So permits me to share my screen. Okay, I hope you can see my screen. You can use the reactions, use the charts, so that I can be able to hear. If you can see my screen. I hope my screen is visible. Let me know if my screen is visible. Let me know if my screen is visible. Can you see my screen? Are you able to see my screen? Let me see your response in the chat. Oh, someone says no. Oh, okay, my screen is visible. Mhm. Great. My screen is visible. Okay. So, uh, okay. Okay. So, let me show, uh, if a signal is sent. So, uh, first thing first, you go to the, group where the signal is shared. Okay. You go to the group where the signal is shared. Uh, okay. So, if this signal was given, okay, if this signal was given and you have to trade it, what do? You go to your royalq app. You go to your royalq app. Okay, let me go to my Okay, so a signal is sent for XRP USDT. Okay, a signal is sent for XRP USDT, and the signal says, okay, the signal says spot and futures long or buy, spot and futures long or buy. When you get such signals, it means that the signal is saying that you should long the market. You should long the market because there are two sides to the market. We have the long and we have the short, just like you can see here in the market. So if you come to your market home page like this, come to your market home page like this, you're going to see, okay, here is sports and here is futures. Okay, that is sports and futures. So we trade in either sides of the markets. Okay, we trade in either sides of markets, right? So most of our signals are for futures. Yeah, most of our signals they are futures. We post most coins in the futures market, but sometimes futures market, some of them can be traded as well in the sports market. So if it's tradable in the sports market, we are going to indicate. Sometimes we might not indicate. You might have to go, if you are willing to trade it in the sports market, you might have to go there and check by yourself. Okay, you might have to go and check by yourself. But if it's tradable in the sports, we might be able to indicate sometimes. Sometimes we don't just have time to indicate. So we are focusing on the futures market. Okay, and before you do that, one thing you should always do as a new beginner, is to always click on this manage. You can be doing that every 2 days, because royalq always add new coins to the exchange. I mean, Binance always adds new coins to the exchange, which is the exchange you're using. Either you're using HTX, you're using Binance. Most of us use Binance. Most of us on the futures part, we use Binance, okay? Because only Binance has the market in futures. So we use futures with our royalq. We use Binance with our royalq for futures. Now, you want to click on this manage. What are you doing on this manage? Okay, on this manage, you click on it this way. Okay, when you click on manage, uh, okay, when you click on manage like that, you're going to see this page. Okay, this page is going to pop up. So what you do is to you click on this page. You're adding the coins. You see, it's the coin management. So what you do is you click on these sports. If you are trading in the sports, you click on sports. And if it is the futures, you click on the futures. You can do it one after the other. Okay. You can do it one after the other. So let me just click on futures right now. I click on futures and then you can see after clicking on futures like that, you're going to click on all at the bottom here. You're going to click on the checkbox, which says all at the bottom there. Okay. When you click on that, it's going to mark, but my own will not mark because I already marked all the coins. Okay. Okay. To show you, let me just remove. I'll click on option now to remove everything. I'll remove all the coins. Okay, when I remove all the coins, then I'll add them back. Now you can see I've clicked on optional. Now I'm going to click on all. Okay, you can see all the coins. Then I'm going to click on you see I've clicked on all and I'm going to click on remove. Now I'm going to click on remove. Okay, so remove. Now, okay, there must be one pair, at least one pair remaining. So I'm going to remove all the coins. Now I've removed them. So what I want you to do as a beginner, what you're going to see few coins listed. Few coins, not all the coins. So what you want to do is you want to click on these futures here. Okay, we are focusing on futures. So you want to click on futures there. And you click on futures. What do? You click on all at the bottom here. All at the bottom here. And after clicking on all, you can see. Oh, okay. The optional has only removed the coins in sports. Okay, so it has only removed the coins in sports. Let me remove the ones in futures as well. Now I've removed the one in futures. Okay, futures coins have been removed. Now I'm going to click on futures again. Then I've clicked on all. You can see now that it has marked. It has marked after I've clicked on all, and now you click on add. Okay, you click on add. So I click now on add. Now you can see that all the coins has been added. So now that all the coins has been added, what do? You go back to your home page. You go back to your home page where the coins are. You can see I've removed all the coins in sports. That's why you can't find any coin there. but I have all my coins there in the futures market. You can see everything is there on the futures market. So what do you want to do after all the coins are already there on the futures market? What do you want to do? Uh, you search for the name of the coin, okay? You search for the name of the coin, okay? In the signal given, we have the coin as XRP USDT, okay? XRP USDT. That was the signal given to us. XRP USDT. Okay, XRP. Okay. So XRP USDT, you can see the name there. Now I'm going to search for it. You click on the search button here. Here's the search button here. Okay. So you click on that. Uh, click on that. Search. And you click on all. After clicking on search, you click on all here. Okay. So that you can search from all the coins. These are my favorite coins. The coins that I have traded before. If you start trading, then your favorite coins will start to load up. You start to have coins in the favorite. But if you're new, you're not going to have any coins in the favorites. Okay, so you have to click on all. You have to come here. You have to come here. You click on all. Okay, you have to come and click on all like this. You click on all like this. Okay, so now I'm going to click on all. And now it is showing all the coins in the futures market. Okay, all the coins in the futures market. We are trading with USDT. Okay, that's the base currency that we are trading with, not USDC. So I'm going to stay on the USDT. Okay, that is where I'm going to stay on the USDT. Okay, I'm going to stay on the USDT here. Okay, so right there, we search for the name of the coin that we want. We want XRP. Okay, XRP USDT. XRP USDT. XRP USDT. Here is XRP USDT. You click on it. Once you click on it, it pops up this page. Okay. On this page now, what are you going to do on this page? You click on create. You click on create. Okay. So create. And after clicking on create, yes. Now after clicking on create, you want to, okay. After clicking on create, what do you do? Oh, now you have gotten the coin XRP USDT, right? XRP USDT. That is the coin. XRP USDT. Now the next thing is your strategy. Your strategy first. Your strategy. Okay. For new members, I have given the strategy in the group, right? I have given the strategy in the group. Just this morning, I still sent the strategy. So please make sure you use the strategy. Make sure you use the strategy as created. Okay. So I'm not going to go into the strategy now. I'm just going to go straight and set up this signal. You must have had the strategy already. If you're a new member, make sure you set it. Okay. So what I need here in this signal, I need few things, right? I need few things. You can see the signal has a full TP. A full TP at 7.5%. Full TP at 7.5%, and it has take profit 1 to 4. Okay, take profit 1 to 4. So what you do is you ignore the take profit 1 to 4. You ignore them, right? You only need this full TP. Full TP. Another signal might not have this take profit 1 to 4. Another signal might not have this take profit 1 to 4. It will only have TP. Okay, once it is a sync TP, there will not be full there. It will just be TP. Okay, TP. That is what you see. TP, which means take profit, right? So those are what you need. You need the take profit price. Okay. Then after the take profit price, you need this. It will tell you where you should enter the coin. Okay. If it says enter at the current price, okay, enter at the current price. It means that you don't have to check for this. Since you are trading at the range of these 5 minutes, it says don't trade after 5 minutes. So you check for the time that the signal is sent. The signal was sent 7:23. Okay, it was sent 7:23. So when the signal was sent for the time, now you can see the time is 3:17. Automatically, you can't trade the signal anymore. So it has to be within 7:23 to 7:27. Within 7:23 to 7:28. p.m. that you can trade the signal as it is. You have to obey the rules. Don't trade after 5 minutes as it is said in the signal. Don't trade it after 5 minutes. So what you need there, you need the, so let's go to the robot and set it up. Let's go to the robot. Let me just, please pardon my screen. It is easier for me to just use my screen this way. Very, very easy. But I'm going to make it as large as possible so that you can see. So I want to set this in my strategy. What do? You click on trade setting here. You click on trade setting. After you have opened the coin. Oh, before you click on trade setting, please, these are the sides. These are the sides. The signal says long. Okay. The signal says long. Okay. What the signal says is long. You can see sports and futures long or buy, which means you can trade the coin in sports and you can as well trade it in futures. Okay. So you can see long or buy, long or buy. When it says long or buy, what do? You come to your royalq. It says long or buy. You come to your royalq like this. You make sure it is on long. Now you can see it is already on long because I'm using the light mode because I'm using the light mode. That is why you see it on lights like this. If you're using the dark mode, it will be another color, but you can click on the shot so that you'll be sure which one you are on. Whichever one you click on, that is the one you are on. Okay, so you might have to click to be sure. Make sure if the signal says long, make sure you are not trading on shorts. Please, very important. And although after you start the trade, it's going to show there that the side you are trading is long or it is short. Okay, it's going to show there that you are either trading long or short, just like you have it here. Just like you have it here, you can see when you start the trade, it's going to show in the trade that you are trading long. Can you see it here? Where is it? Long. Can you see long here? This is long here. Can you see it? So it will show as long like that. It will show you as long like that you are already on long. It will show you that you are already on long like that. So that will only come up after you have started a trade. It will only come up after you have started a trade. So uh uh so you have clicked on long. Here is it. Let me click on long. Let me click on shorts now. So you see now I've clicked on shorts. You see it has changed to white. Now I'm going to stay on my long because the signal says long. You make sure you click on long like this. And after clicking on long, the next thing to do is to click on trade setting. You can see right here. If you scroll down, you can see that there is nothing on these strategy details. Everything just says 0, 0, 0, 0. That's because I have not added my strategy. So the first thing you want to do is to go and add your strategy. So how do you add your strategy? To add your strategy, you have to click on trade setting here. So add your strategy. So I'm going to click on trade setting. So when you click on trade setting, it will land you to this page. This is the smart creates. It's the smart creates like a default setting by royalq. We don't use it. So what you do is you click on manually create at the top here. You click on manually create at the top here. Clicking on manually create and it will take you to this page again. This page as well, there is a default setting on the page as well. You can see if you scroll down, this is a default page as well. Is the manually create also has like a base setting. We are not using the base setting that is there. We are not using all these settings. You have to import your own setting. So how do you import your own setting? You click on manually create. You have to click on choose a strategy setting. Choose a strategy setting, right? So I'm going to click right there. Choose a strategy setting. It will land you into this page. It will land you into this page where you can now pick your strategy. Here is my strategy, the futures edge. This is the new strategy we have created. The new strategy we have created. So you can click anywhere, any area on this side to select your strategy. So I'm going to click now. I've clicked, and now my strategy has been applied. Okay, at just a single click, my strategy has been applied. I can see my strategy here already. So there are a few things that you must set. First thing that you have to set is your first buy-in amount. This first buy-in amount, somebody texted me yesterday that the first buying amount is not in the signal I sent. I said, First buying amount is not calculated by the signal giver. You will be the one to determine how much you are going into the trade with. I have said if you are trading with $100, use 7% of your capital as the first buying amount. 7% of your capital, okay, as your first buying amount. Now, I want you to use 10% of your capital as your first buying amount. 10% of your capital. So let's calculate 10% of $100. Okay, no need to calculate. 10% of $100, that is $10, right? $10. So the first buying amount right here. Now, you are not buying, you don't have the coin you have. This was the question I asked Bidemi on the other meeting. The coin you have in your exchange that you want to use to buy XRP. Which coin is it? Can somebody tell me what is the name of the coin that you have on your exchange which you want to use to buy your XRP? What coin do you want to use to buy your XRP? Can somebody tell me that? The answer in the chat. Thank you. Thank you, Army. I see Army saying USDT. Thank you. USDT. So you have USDT. This is what you have. USDT. You do not have XRP. So when you want to put your first buying amount, you are not putting your first buying amount based on XRP. You are putting it based on USDT, but they will not allow you to write your first buying amount based on USDT. You have to write it based on XRP. And when you write it, which is the quantity of the coin that you want to buy. Now it is saying, I want to buy 1.7 pieces of XRP. 1.7 pieces of XRP is sold for $5. So you don't need to do any calculations. If you have to do, there's the calculation to get your first buying amount. But I teach the simplest, most straightforward way to get things done. I don't like things to be complicated. I want it as simple as possible. Okay. So you're not putting in the XRP, but you're going to put it in like the XRP, but you have to watch the equivalent in USDT. This is what we are focusing on. So I said use 10% of your capital as first buy in amount. For a person that has $100 as their capital, they are using $10 as their first buying amount. $10 as their first buying amount. I'm going to go ahead and put $10. How do I put my $10? You can't put it directly like $10. 10. If you put 10 here, that means you're buying how much? You're buying $29 worth of USDT. I didn't say you should buy $29. I said buy 10%. So you're buying just $10. So this $10, how do you get it in here? What do you do? Just put any number. Now you see you put 10 and it gave you 29. The first thing that should come to your head is you have to reduce this 10 to give you the 10 that you need under. Now you put 10, it gives you 29. So you must reduce that 10. You reduce that 10 to a smaller number. Let me reduce to 3. Reduce the 10 to 3. Now it has given me 8. Reduce the 10, reduce the 3 to 2. Now it has given me 5.9. Now if I say 1.8, 5.3, if I say 1.7, you see 5.0. So good. 5.0. No, I'm looking for $10. So 1.7 times 2, that is a 3 points. Okay, so 3.6 will give me $10. Can you see? Now I want to buy $10. Let me say 3.5. Okay, $10.4. Okay. So now you can see that I have put my 3.5 here, and 3.5 has given me $10.4, which is equivalent to my $4, my $10 first buying amount. I hope that is taken. Yeah, I asked, you have gotten that. Can I move on? Is that clear now? If it is clear, let me see how many people have understood it. Let me see how many people. The new people, let me see if you have understood it. The new people, I can only see my OGs saying it is clear. These are OGs. These are OGs. The new people, is it clear? The new people, please. I wouldn't want for someone to not understand this. Is it clear? The new people. This meeting is for the new members. I'm not getting responses from them. The new members. Okay. Okay, great. Now I can see your messages. Ismail say we put the amount of the coin we are buying. You put the amount of the coin. When you put the amount, it's not the amount of the coin you are buying that you will put. The amount of the coin you are buying is $10. Okay. but you put any amount here. Just put any amount. That's what I just explained. You put any amount here. You can put 500. 500 has given you $1,493. This is 1,593, 1,493 USDT. You don't have such, you're not buying such amount. Okay, you only want to use 10% of your capital. That is what you want to put on here. You have $100, you put $10 here. So how do you put $10? You have put 500 and it has given you 1,004. What do? You reduce this 500. You reduce it very well. You see, 1,493 is very far to 10. So you reduce it very well. This 500, just reduce it, change it to 1. Now you have seen that 1 has given us what? It has given us $2.9. And we want $10. So you add to this one to increase this 2.9. Okay. So let me add to this one. Let me just put 3. Okay. 3 gives us 8.9. 3 gives us 8.9. Ismail, I'm repeating for you. Ismail. Okay. Bright says he doesn't understand. Bright, we are here for you. Okay. This meeting is specifically for you, new people. So you must understand. Very, very important. You have to understand before we move on. If you don't understand, I will not move on. So please communicate with me. Let me know when you get it. I will not be tired of you, okay? We will not get tired. We will explain until you get it, right? So I put 3 here, and 3 says $8.9. Okay, 8.9. But we need $10 to be here because this is USDT. This is what you have in your exchange that you want to use to buy the XRP. So you put there 3, let me put 3.5. 3.5 gives me 10.4. Okay, if I say 3.4, 3.4 gives me 10.1. Okay, let me try and approximate it to $10. Let me try and approximate it to exactly $10. So I'm going to use 3.2. Oh, 3.2 says 9.5. So 3.28. Okay, it only allows for 2 numbers. Okay, some coins can allow you to put 3 numbers, 4 numbers, depending on the minimum that you can buy. So I'm going to use 3.3. Oh, 3.3 says 9.8. So 3.4. Yeah, we go with 3.4 is the best. So this is how we get our first buying amount. So if you are to put, if your capital was $200, your capital was $200. I said use 10% of your capital as your first buying amount. Use 10% of your capital as first buying amount, and your capital is $200. What do you do? What do you do? You put on here. There should be $20 here. So now we want to get 20. 20 is the 10% of 200. If your capital is 300, you have to put 30. And if your capital is 150, then you have to do the maths. You have to do the maths of 150 divided by 10%. Okay, some people don't know how to do these maths. I've realized many people don't understand how to get their percentages. See, this is it. Let me show you very easily here. Okay, to get your percentages, what do? You just say $150. That is your total capital. $150 multiplied by what? It is very simple. I said 10%. Then you put 10. And after putting 10, you put percentage. You see? Percentage is always here for you to use. Okay, so after putting 10, you put percentage like that. You put percentage, and you can see this is it. 150 divided by 10%. It is as simple as that gave you 15. Okay, 15. So for a person using 150, you have to put 15. And if you are using you are using let's say you are using 433 dollars. 433 multiplied by 10%. You can see it gives us 43.3. Okay, so it's very simple to get your percentage. So now I want to get 20 per 20 $200, and I want to put 10% of $200 here. 10% of $200 is 20. What do I do? I put any number, I put 25, it gives me 74. I now have to reduce 25 to, I have to reduce it so that 74 will also reduce. I'm going to 20. So what do? I reduce from 20, 25, let me take it to 15. 15 says 44. I want 20. Now I reduce to 7. 7 says 20.9. Okay. If I want to get it accurately, I can say 6. 6 gives me 17, 6.5 gives me 19, 6.6 gives me 19.7, 6.7 gives me exactly what I want. Can you see? It is as simple as this. It's the simplest way for you to get your FBA. Okay. Another person might say, uh, the, the long way, the other way is very long. I don't want to teach that one. So I prefer you use this. Make sure your royalq is updated to the latest version so that you'll be able to get this feature in it, so that you'll be able to see it like this. Make sure it is updated. And if it doesn't show, just close your app and reopen it to show like this. Okay, so this is how to do it. Let me know now if we can move on to the next part. We have okay. Bright. Bright. Can we now have you understood it, Bright? Is Bright still here? Is Bright still in the room? He's still here, yes. So let me see. Do you now understand? Okay, Bright. Do you understand now, Bright? Let me see your message. I see Maki says he understands. Okay. Ismail has understood. Bright. Do you now understand it, Bright? Let me see your message so that I can move on. Bright. I'm not tired to go again if you don't understand it. But let me see your message if you already understand it, Bright. Okay, Bright has responded. He says he understands. Thank you, Bright. Thank you for getting it. Yes, now I can peacefully move on. So my example was for $10 cap 200 $100 capital, $100. So I'm going to stick with my $100 capital. I said 3.4 gives me what I want. So gives me $10. So the next thing you want to do, the next thing you want to do after getting this is to set the leverage. Leverage multiple should be 10. The recommended leverage that you should use with this 10% capital that you have used. Don't be afraid to use 10x leverage, okay? Because you have used just 10% of your capital. So use 10x leverage, okay? I recommend you use 10x leverage for all your trades, okay? So the only thing you're setting, the only thing you have to set is just this first buying amount that takes a lot of our time. Then you set the leverage that is not taking any time. Then the last thing you have to set before you enter this signal, the last thing you must set is the whole position take profit ratio. Very, very important. The whole position take profit ratio is the last thing. So I said you set your first buying amount. You already know how to calculate that. Then the next thing is to set the leverage, which you must put on 10x. You must always put it on 10x, right? 10x. And then the last thing that you must set, the last thing that you must set before you enter this trade is the whole position take profit ratio. Okay, the whole position take profit ratio. Now we are going to go into the signal again so that we can show what the whole position take profit ratio is saying. Okay, the signal gives a full TP. This signal has given us a full TP. I said another signal, you only have it there as TP. Another signal will say TP. If the signal is from me, it will say TP. So I'm teaching you based on how I send my own signal. Another person might use targets. Okay. So me, I always use TP, okay, for my take profit. So in another signal, it might say TP. That is if the signal does not have different take profits. If the signal does not have a different target, it's going to be just full TP. It's going to be just TP. TP will be, in the case of this signal, the TP will be just 7.5%. And again, I said, even if the signal has different take profits, you don't have any business to do with this thing in setting your signal. You don't have any business to do with them in setting your signal. All you need is just the full TP, the full TP or the TP itself. That's all you need to set in that section that we are in on the royalq. So the full TP here says 7.5%. What do? It says 7.5%. Then you go there in your royalq. Right here. Then you set it there on the whole position take profit ratio. The whole position take profit ratio right here is where you put the 7.5. Okay? Is where you put the 7.5. So you change 1 to 7.5. 7.5. So those are all the things you have to set in entering a signal. Those are all the things. Now I'm going to enter the signal for you now. So I said you check for the first buying amount, make sure it's intact. Then you check for your leverage multiple 10x, and then the whole position take profit ratio, which is the 7.5%. Those are the three things that we have to set when going into a signal. Okay. When on this trade setting page, those are the three things that you have to set on this page. So I hope that is clear so that I can move on to the next part. I hope that is clear so that I can move on to the next part. Let me see if it is clear. Let me see your responses if it is clear. Then I move on. Is it clear now? Okay. Oh, I'm happy to see my new members. My new member says it's 100% clear. Great. Ismail, Bright. I hope it is clear. I hope it is clear. Okay. The meeting is also recorded so that in case you miss out on anything, you can easily check the YouTube channel to watch again. Right? So I'll move on to the next part, which is to save the strategy. You save the strategy, you scroll down here and you save. You don't have any business with any other thing in the signal. You just save the strategy, confirm it. And after saving, you cross-check before you activate the trade. That is why they will bring you back to this page after you save your strategy. You can remember that when we first started, there was nothing here. I showed you there was nothing here. Everything was just 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Now you can see that your setting has been put into it. Okay, now that your setting is there, you have confirmed that your setting, everything is there. You can see your 7.5 take profit is already there. The 7.5 take profit is already there. You can see the first buying amount that you use. It will show you. Can you see everything is clearly written? You can see that the first buying amount is shown. Some people will say, oh, I put 10. It's showing 3.4. It is showing you that the amount is in XRP. The amount is not in USDT here. Because you have put 3.4 pieces of XRP, that is what you will see here. Because in futures, we use the pieces of the coin. That is what we use. Then it will be converted for you into your USDT. Do you get? So they will take your USDT and give you these 3.4 pieces of XRP that you want. Now it should be very clear. They'll take your 10 USDT and give you 3.4 pieces of XRP. That is what they will give you. That is what they will give you. Now you see everything is there. Okay, according to the settings that I have given to you, these ones, they are the settings. This margin call drop is in the setting that I already gave you. Everything is there. This margin call limits, everything is in the setting. All these earnings callback, buying callback, you don't have to worry about them as long as you have used the settings that I have provided. Make sure you use the settings that I have provided. Everything will be there for you once you pick on it. Okay. So Then after seeing that all these are intact, everything is intact here. You have seen that everything is intact here. The next thing you want to scroll up. You want to scroll up and check if everything is also intact at the top side there. Check if everything is also intact at the upside there. Now you can see everything is intact. Okay, these ones now, you will not see anything on them. They will all be zero. Why? Because you have not yet activated the trade. Because you have not activated the trade, everything will just be zero on here. They will just be zero. Okay. So what do you do? What do you do? Is until you activate the trade. Now, what you just want to check here, okay? You know, at the bottom here, you have checked and you have seen that you have seen at the bottom here that all the strategies are intact. All the strategies are intact at the bottom here. Everything is intact. Now you want to check at the top there. What are you checking for? You are checking for this. Your 10x, is it there? The 10x that you use, is it there? Your long, is it there? See, I have picked the side of long, and you see now that it is showing long. Okay, if I pick short now, you see that, you see, because I have not set the strategy on it. I have not set the strategy on short. That is why the short is not showing anything. You see, it's not showing the 10x and it's not showing the shorts. If I click on trade setting now and I put my strategy on it, on this short, okay, because some signals could say short. I don't want someone to say they don't know how to do it. Okay, the process manually create, choose a strategy setting, then you pick your strategy. It is there already. You set your first buying amount. You set your first buying amount, which is 3.7, 3.7, okay, 3.4. Aha. So 3.4, and then your 10x leverage. And finally, your take profit. You can see that the take profit is not there. On default, it will be 1%. So you set according to the signal. If the signal says 1%, you put 1%. If it says 2%, you put 2%. So the signal will give you the take profit. So it says 7.5. So if it was short, I wanted to trade, you see, now, or if you had made mistake, that's why I said you should always confirm before you go in the trade. You can see at the bottom here, we have the same thing we had before. Everything is intact. You can see everything is intact. But then let's check at the top and see if everything is intact at the top there. Let's see if everything is intact at the top there. Now you can see everything is not intact because you can see now we are on shorts. Can you see 10x is intact? We are on 10x, but you can see shorts here. I hope that is taken. So we are not trading the short side, we are trading the long. So I'll click back. I'll click on long again. Okay, I'll click on this long back now because I must be on long here. So let me click on my long back gently. You see, I'm back to my long. And now you can confirm that you are on 10x and you are on long. Okay? You're on 10x, please. It's very, very important. Don't go and do mistake. Trade long as short. Please don't do it though. Yeah. So once that is done, the next thing is just for you to click on activate and activate the trade. You see, then you can see the current price of the coin. This is the current price that the coin is sold right now is $2.9. So 2.9991. So 2.9991 times this 3 point something that I'm buying. See, I'm buying 3.4 pieces. So these are 2.999 times 3.4 pieces. Let's use the calculator. 2.999 times 3.4 pieces. Let's see what it will give us. Okay, 2.9991 times 3.4. Can you see? It gives us. So this is another calculation for those that don't have the feature of XRP converting to USDT. You can use this but you have to bring out your calculator to do this. What do? You just take the current price of the coin here. You see the current price of the coin here, which is a 2.9935. 2.9935. You just say you want to use $10 to buy the coin. So $10 divided by 2.993. You see, it's already given me 3.34. So you just come there on your royalq. You just come there on your royalq and you use 3.34. Okay. You just use 3 points. You can see 3.34. If you want to use 3.34, it will not allow you 34. So you have to approximate it to 3.4, giving you 10.1. Right? So yes. So we are confirming that 3.4 pieces. Okay. The reason why I had to explain this, I was trying to confirm to you that 3.4 pieces of XRP is equal to $10. Is equal to $10. 3.4 pieces of XRP is equal to $10. Okay. 3.4 pieces of XRP is equal to $10. And okay. Okay, so once that is gotten, the next thing is to start your trade. I hope it is home. I hope I have not complicated things for you, friends. I hope it is home. Is that clear? Is that clear? So the next, you click on activate. You click on activate to activate your trade. Everything is intact as we have seen here. Then you click on activate. You scroll down and you say, I understand. And then you create the bot. You create the bot. Can you see? You create bot. Now that I create the bot, the trade has been activated. You can see the trade has been activated. Now, before, there was nothing on these pages before, there was nothing here on these places before. All these places, there was nothing there before. Do you remember? Now you have your position amount. So you see, the 3.4 that you saw down there, the 3.4 that you saw down there, the 3.4 that you saw down there, you can now see the math is now working together now. Can you see it here? So the 3.4 is here with the $10. So 3.4 pieces of XRP is sold for, each pieces is sold for this price, this current price. So if you multiply this 3.4 by this current price, it will give you this amount. It's that simple. So if you multiply this 3.4, you multiply it by this current price, it will give you this amount. I hope you understand. So now you can see everything is there. The trade has started. My 10x leverage is there. My everything is there. So after starting the trade, okay, I see a question before I move on. Ami says, since we are using 10% of our capital, since we are using 10% of our, we are using 10x leverage. So it's technically, we are using $1 from our $100. Yes. You are right. You are right. But what you're asking is that since we are using 10x leverage, it means we are using $1 from our $100. Yes. This $10 now that I have put into this trade, this $10 in this trade, because I'm using a leverage of 10, okay, my exchange will only remove $1 from my capital to give me a position of $10 because you are using 10x. So they will multiply, they will say, now I have bought $10. So they will divide $10 by my leverage. Okay, so $10 divided by my leverage, 10 divided by 10 will give us what? It will give us 1. It will give us 1. Okay, 10 divided by 10 will give us 1. So they will remove just $1 from my capital, but I am holding a position of $10. So by the time the coin moves in my favor, if the coin moves in my favor by just 1%, by just 1%, last one, just 1%, I'm supposed to get, oh, okay, let's say if the coin delivers this 7.5% that I have put, okay, I have put 7.5%. If the coin delivers this 7.5, how much of my capital is in the trade? I only have $1 of my capital in the trade. One. And I'm taking 7.5%. So $1 times 7.5% will give us what? We give us uh okay. I was supposed to make $0.07. That is supposed to be my profit on this trade with my $1 investment. But because I have used the leverage of 10 and they have given me a position of 10, I'll be making this amount in 10 places. Okay, this is what I'm supposed to make 0.07. But I'll now be making this 0.707 in 10 places. So let's say 0.07 multiplied by 10. So this would be my profit on the trade. 0.75 would be my profit. I have only invested $1 and I have made 0.75. Okay, that is 75% of my capital. 75% of the amount invested into the trade. So I've invested just $1 and I made 75% of the amount with just a movement of 7.5%. I have gotten 75%. So if you see me post that I have made 75% in a signal, know that the coin has only moved by 7.5%. You see me post a result that I have made 75%, the coin has only moved by 7.5%. Okay. Well, because of the leverage of 10 is giving me. Yeah. David says, Zoom user. Zoom user says the higher the leverage, the higher the profit, and the higher the loss, the higher the yes. Yes, yes, yes. The more leverage you use, the more losses. So if you have to lose, if the coin goes against you, if the coin goes against you, okay, you have $1 in the trade. Okay. Just as the profit will give you 10 times, the loss will also give you 10 times. So you have $1 in the trade, $1. If you lose 5% of it, if the coin goes down by 5%, you're going to lose 50% of your $1, which is $0.5. That is what you will lose. So, and if it goes down by 7.5, you lose 75% of your $1. So, but we have the risk management set. We have our risk management. That's why we say don't use more than 10% of your capital as first buying amounts in a trade. Okay, you can imagine now you have $100. If the worst comes to worst, this trade now has a stop loss. This trade that we have set, it has a stop loss. Okay, here is the stop loss here. Let me open my trading view. He has a stop loss. The trade has a stop loss. This trade we are trading, this XRP. I want to show you the XRP. Okay, let me show you. So I want to show you. He has a stop loss. So if he hits the stop loss, aha, I know there's an error with the network. Okay, there's an error with that. let's continue with the other things. So now, after the trade has started, the next thing you want to do is to set the stop loss. You can see the trade is already running in profit. So you want to set the stop loss. The stop loss is to manage risk so that if the coin tries to fall, now we have sent the signal that you should trade it as long. Long means that since the time you enter the signal, it is expected for the coin to start going up so that you enter at a small price. You can see that the price of this coin, when I entered it, it was 2.9. Now the current price is 3. That's why you see that I'm already in profit because the coin is a long signal. It is to trade that you buy when the price was low. You buy when the price was low, or when it was low, and then you expect the price to push up, and when it reaches your percentage, you take profits there. Okay, so you can see that the current price is going up. That's why we have sent this signal before in the group, the XRP. So we are already on it, and it's already running into profits. We have hit the second take profits. I think we are in the third take profit already, waiting for the fourth, for the last take profit. Okay, we are already in the trade. I'm trading it on my second robot. Okay. So it has opened. Here is the coin, XRP. So here is XRP. Okay, so here is the coin. Here is the signal itself. You can see from the points that we entered, you can see the take profit percentage is can you see the targets? 7 points. Here is see the target is 7.8. This is the target price, 3.8. You see the current price now is 3. The current price is 3.0. So we are going to 3.08 for us to get out of this trade. So we entered the trade from 2.8. The price was 2.8 when we entered, and our stop loss is 2.7. So if the price goes down to 2.7, we lose this percentage. See the percentage we are going to lose here. The percentage we are going to lose is down here. It's at the bottom here. This is it, 5.4. Oh, I've moved that. My God. Oh, well, it's around the 5.4. Oh, I've moved that. Okay, somewhere around 5.4 here. Yes, somewhere around this side. So you can see that the stop loss is 5.4%. So if the coin goes against us, we will lose 5.4% of our capital. And with the 10x leverage, it means we will lose 54% of our capital, 54.6% of our capital. So if you have just $1 in the trade, you are only going to lose $0.54. That's why we say use risk management. Imagine if you had put all your $50, all your $100, because your capital is $100. Now you are holding a position of $1,000 because you feel like VC signal always hits, a signal always sells. Now you put 1,000 in the trade. Imagine if it goes down, you are losing 50.46%, 54.6% of your capital. So from your $100, you will be losing $54. That is a very bad business. We don't grow like that. We grow small, small. That's why we say use risk management. And as you continue to use risk management, we continue to improve you, continue to increase your stakes. But as a starter, make sure your risk management is so tight, so tight, so tight. Nobody's going to cry for you if you lose money. Okay? Nobody's going to cry with you. So you can see since we entered the coin, the coin has been going in profit. Okay, it went a little bit into our stop loss, but it did not hit our stop loss. Here at the bottom here is our stop loss. At the bottom of this brown is the stop loss. So the middle here is where we entered the coin. The middle here is where we entered the coin. So you can see that when we entered, the price went down a little bit, to this point, and then it started going back up. Then it started going up, came down again, going up, and we are expecting it to fill up this place, and we will be out of the trade. So you can see the distance from the entry. This distance from this entry here to the stop loss here. Here is the distance that says 5.4%. You can see here, you see 5.4%. That is the distance. And then the distance from here, okay, the distance from here, oh, okay, the distance from here, the distance from this entry point to the TP, to the take profit here, which is this middle here, this middle is the distance here, is 7.5% take profit. And the stop loss is 5.4%. So before you enter, as you're entering a trade, you'll be able to see the stop loss and take profits. You know if you can risk this amount to this trade, because if this trade dares to start coming back now, we are going to, and then it hits our stop loss, we lose out on the trade. But then, we only use just 1% of our capital. Because you're using a 10x leverage, I have calculated it. I said you should use 10%. So after you use the 10%, when they deduct the money, it will be just 1% of your capital. So you can imagine just 1%. If you are losing from just 1% of your capital, that will not make you feel bad. There are a lot of winning trades that will come. Okay, so if you are losing just small fraction of your 1%, it's not much that you are losing. Okay, it's not much. So, and it's not just the profits that you are looking at. Is to be sustainable. Is to build something that lasts. Okay, for you to have the real knowledge. So this is your primary one, risk management. There's a lot of things for you to learn in this crypto game. How to maximize your profits, how to read the chart, how to use trading view. There's a lot. But please, this risk management class, you need it like we need the air to breathe. You need this risk management class. Okay? Most people, when they come in, what they want to do is they want to know how to read the chart. They want to, but what you should first know, because even if you understand how to read the chart, you become a pro. You can tell that this coin, if you enter it now, it will go up. See, let me tell you, even all the pros, the big guys in crypto, coins can go against us anytime. Okay? Regardless of the analysis. Your preparation is what makes you. Your risk management, that is what makes you. So let's move on into the risk management, okay? That is to set our stop loss, to set this stop loss, this price here. This price here, this 2.7169 is what we put in the stop loss. If you check the signal that I sent, you'd see there in the signal. Okay. Where is it? Okay. In the signal. Oh, okay. Let me bring out the signal again. Okay. Can you see the stop loss? After the XRP USDT, we have SL 2.709. So what do? What do? You come to your royalq like this. Okay, to set the stop loss. You come to the trade. The trade is already running here. The trade is already running here. Okay. So this stop loss here, SL, is what we want to use. So what do? You come to your royalq, right? You come to your royalq and then you click on close here. Close. This is close here. You click on close, you click on it, close. And after clicking on close, what do? After clicking on close, what do? After clicking on close, the next thing is to enter the stop loss amount. Okay, this is the stop loss again. This is the stop loss again, 2.7093. 2.7093. 2.7093. 0.0093 is the stop loss amount. So first things first, once you enter here, you'd see please enter the trigger price. If you can't see it, if you can't see please enter the trigger price, just click on this market price. It will show you please enter the trigger price. Okay, sometimes you can enter there and it will show you like this. Okay, it will be showing market price here and also will be showing market price here. What do? You just tap on this blue market price. Once you tap on it, this one at the left here will change to say enter your trigger price. So I'll click on this market price now. Let me click on it. Pa. You see? Now it says enter your trigger price. It says if you clear this, you see it there. Let me clear now. Because you have entered market price before, because I have clicked on market price before. That's why you can see this price here, because that's the current market price. You can see current price here. Current price. So it's showing the current price here. If I tap on the market price again, this price here will change again to the price, the latest price. This is the latest price as it moves. You can see that it is displaying. The price is currently displaying. You see? So it's the current price. So if you click on market price, it's going to change again to the current price. You see, market price. Now, if you tap on it again, you see 298, the same price at the top there. So you want to clear that, you clear whatever you have there. Now it will tell you, please enter the triggering price. Okay, so this is what we have business with. Please enter the triggering price. This is what you want to show. When you see that, you put the stop loss amount that you have in there. The stop loss is 2.7093. 2.7093. Then you come here and you say 2.7093. 2.7093. And after that, you just click on confirm. Okay. You might want to click on 100%. It's not necessary. It's not necessary for you to click on this 100%. It's not necessary. As you can see, you have please enter the quantity here. The default quantity here is the 100% is on default. So if you had clicked on something else before, maybe you have clicked on this 50 or you have clicked on 25, make sure you click back on 100%. Or to be on the safer side, just click on 100% after putting your stop loss amount. After putting your stop loss amount, just click on 100%, which means it's going to sell your total amount. You know, we bought 3.4 pieces of XRP. So that's the total 100%. If I put it on 50%, now you see it will slash this 3.4 into 2. Sometimes we might tell you that sell 50% of your close 50% of your position. Maybe the coin is going in loss. You are going to stop loss. And I say close 50% of your position to save 25% of your stop loss amount. This is what you do. You come here, you click on market price like this, market price, and then you click on 50% and you confirm. And you confirm, you see? You confirm it. So you can see it will show you the remaining position, because I bought a position of $10. So if I sell off 50%, I'm going to be left with $5 position. Okay. But now we are not selling 50%. We are setting stop loss for 100%. Okay. We are setting stop loss for 100%. Another person might not know the meaning of stop loss. Stop loss, I already explained. When the price is not going in your direction and it is going in the opposite direction, you want to set a price that you want to minimize your loss. You don't want it to take all of your money out. Because when we say you enter a coin now, and then you enter here, and the coin will be going up to give you profits here. Okay. And then the coin refuses to start going up and starts going down. And we set our stop loss here. Because we know that once the price comes back to this zone here, it will continue to go down. So we don't want to risk all of your capital. That's why we say you use stop loss. We would have calculated the best amount of your stop loss according to the analysis. So you use the stop loss to cut your losses, cut the losses. And sometimes this stop loss that we set, sometimes I will tell you, once I see that the coin has started moving from your entry point and is going towards your stop loss, it reaches the half of your stop loss. I'll say close 50% of your position to save 25% of your stop loss amount. That is something again. So, but now we are setting the stop loss to 100% so that it will be able to close for you the 100% of the position if the trade goes against you. So you put it on 100% and you put this, make sure you put the stop loss amount 2.7093, 2.7093, and then 100%, and you confirm it. You can see the remaining position has now changed to 0. Can you see? The remaining position now says 0, which means if he sells all these 100%, I'll be left with 0 USDT. There is nothing left with in the trade. But I'm only going to lose this amount. You can see the estimated sell profits, 0.97 USDT. That is what I'm going to lose if the trade goes, if it hits this stop loss price. If it hits this stop loss price, so it will show you if your trade hits the stop loss, oh, this is the amount you are going to lose. Okay? Because the signal has been sent a very long time. This signal now, we've been on it for like 2-3 days. Okay, so it has already taken off from the entry. It is already going, about to deliver. You can see it in the chart. It's about to deliver the money for us. That is why you see that the stop loss amount is so much. I only have $1 in the trade, but if it hits my stop loss, I will be losing $9. I'll be losing $0.9. No, it's not like that. If you enter the trade at the appropriate time that we set, we say don't trade after 5 minutes, you enter at that same time, then if you enter your stop loss, the amount you'll be losing will be small. It will be like maybe $0.5 or $0.4 if you are trading with this $10 account, $1, with the leverage. So once you set that, you confirm. You can see I have everything in place. You confirm, make sure everything is in place. 2.7093 is the stop loss. The total quantity you are selling is 100%. The remaining position is now 0 because you are selling the 100%. And this is the amount you lose if you hit the stop loss. The next thing is for you to click on confirm, and it is done. So I click on confirm now. You see, now it has confirmed. The stop loss has been set. So how do you ensure? How do you confirm that the stop loss has been set? Just scroll down here. You see it here. This is the sell. This is the sell details. The sell details. You can see the order. This is the sell order details. The sell order details is different from the take profit. Sell order is for you to sell. You set a price for the robot to sell. Sell orders is at preset price. You set the price by yourself. But if you set percentage, like we have set 7.5%, that's one you're going to see it at the bottom here. You set 7.5. So if the coin reaches 7.5% above the entry price, it will sell for me and give me my profit. But if the coin goes down against me and reaches this sell price, then it will sell for me and I'm out of the trade. So once you set your stop loss, you must scroll down here and see that you have this interface that will say sell, trigger price. That will be your stop loss amount that you put. You see your quantity that you buy, and you see this cancel and order. There must be this cancel. Once you see this cancel and order, you have set stop loss. If you don't set stop loss, it will not be there. Okay, if you don't set stop loss, it was not there before I set the stop loss. So that's just basically how to enter your trade and how to set your stop loss. Okay, how to enter your trade and how to set your stop loss. I hope I've been able to cover all the necessary parts in entering the trade and setting your stop loss. Entering the trade and setting your stop loss. I hope I've been able to cover the important parts, my friend. Let me know if I've covered the important parts. Let me know. Also, if there's any question, if anyone has a question, let me know. Let me know if you have a question. Let me know. You can see the performance of the coin here. As the price of the coin moves up and down, you'll be seeing the performance here. Now is in loss, minus 1.30%. Minus 1.30%. That means I'm on like a very small, but because of the 10x, it has multiplied this percentage by 10 already. You can see the small amount that is losing already, very small, tiny amount. So as the coin goes up and down, you'll be seeing the details here. And the robot will be monitoring. You don't have to monitor. Once you set your trade, you set your stop loss. You don't have to monitor, please. You don't have to monitor. You don't have to monitor your trades. The robot will be the one to monitor for you. And when it's time to sell, it's going to sell for you. So let me know if there's any question. Let me know if there's any question. I think we have come to the end of the meeting. But let me see if there's any question before we close the meeting for today. So, question time, my friends. Question time. I'll be checking the chat to see if there's question. Okay, I see Fabulous saying, is 1% same as 10% in royalq? No, I don't get you. It depends on the leverage that you are using. Fabulous. You're asking if 1% is the same as 10%. If you set 1% take profits, if you set 1% take profits, okay. If you set 1% here instead of 7.5, it depends on the leverage that you are using. No? So it will depend on this. So your your take profit, your profit ratio will be multiplied by whatever you have here. So if the coin moves up by 1% and sells for you at 1%, you'll be making 1% multiplied by 10. So yes, 1% is the same as 10, but it depends on the leverage that you use. 1% might be the same as 5% if you use a 5x leverage. 1% can be the same as 20%, 20x leverage. But the more leverage you use, the more risk. That's why we cap it at 10x leverage. Don't use more than 10x leverage. So you say, if I use 1% on 5 leverage, yes, fabulous. If you use 1% on 5x leverage, it means you'll be making 5% on your investment. Yes, 5% on your investment, not 5% on the total position. Remember, now, my total position, let me save it back to 7. Okay, let me leave it as 1% so that if it gets to 1%, just sell for me and take me out of the trade because I've entered the trade late. Okay, let me just save it. So once it reaches 10% profit, it will sell for me. Okay. I was trying to explain something to you, Fabulous. See, I hold a position of $10, right? But because I have used the 10x leverage, I have only been charged $1. $1. That is all I have been charged for this trade. So if the trade moves in my favor, eventually make this $1 profit that 1% profit that I put here. You can see take profit ratio is now 1%. Because I have used a 10x leverage, it's going to multiply my 1%. So that 1% is on my capital. I have used $1 as capital. I'm not the owner of the $10. Only $1 is mine. And my take profit is 1. I'm supposed to make 1% of $1, which would be a very small amount. But because I have used the 10x leverage, I am making 10% of my $1, not 10% $10. I'm not the owner of this $10 that you are seeing here. $10 here does not belong to me. Oh. It's not my own. No. See $1 that is my own out of this $10 moves up. That's that 1% for me. In 10%, this 10x here, I'll be getting it on my $1, not on this $10. I'm not the owner of $10. This one is my own. No. So whatever leverage, whatever they'll multiply it on my payment. Always get that wrong, okay? I see Zoom user says, Coach, the 50% stop loss, if trade goes against us, means 0.5 left. Suppose we trade with $1. while 100% returns to our account to 0 0. Oh God, this question is not clear. Okay, let me try and see. You said the 50% stop loss if trade goes against us. Okay, not every trade is 50% stop loss. So it depends on what the signal giver has set. Okay, depends on what the signal giver has set. Okay, for example, now me, some other coins that I have sent their signals. After XRP, I have sent ETH, Ethereum, as a signal. This is Ethereum. We are trading Ethereum currency. So Ethereum, the take profit is, we are taking 20% profit on Ethereum. 20% profit, already running in profit. You can see since we entered the coin on 4% profit. It has already moved up by 5%, which is 50. 50% with 10x. Now is 3.9, 3.7%, which is that is 7%. If I show you my robots now, my other robot, you see I'm on 37% on the Ethereum, just because it has moved by 3 points. This percentage, okay? So the stop loss says how many percent? The stop loss is just 5 points. So in this trade as well, if you hit your stop loss, you lose 5.4 of your investment, which is 54.2 of your investment, 54.2% of your investment. Let's check for another signal. This is Solana. Also trading Solana. Solana, we are taking a lot of profits from Solana. Okay, our take profit is percent. Okay, 83% profit we are taking from Solana, and is already running in profit as well. If we have to lose, we will have to lose 16%. And so there is risk to reward ratio. Risk to reward ratio. Okay. Uh if you are going to lose, the best risk to reward ratio is 2 to 1. If you are going to lose 1% of your capital, you must be able to make 2% at least. So this risk to reward ratio now is 1 to 5. 1 to 5 risk to reward ratio. See it here. Risk to reward. This is it. 1 to 5. If you multiply this stop loss, which is 16%, 18%, if you multiply it by this 5.15, it's going to give you 83.24. So that's how to get the risk to reward ratio. So I'm risking 16% to make 83%. That's a massive amount. So I must be able to say, if it goes down against me, am I willing to lose this of my capital? That is 160% of my capital. Am I willing to lose it? So you must ask yourself that before you push in too much money into a trade. Imagine if you just put $1 in this trade, just $1 in this trade, and then it goes from the entry to the take profit. This is 83%. 83% of $1. $8.3. $8.3. No, that is $0.83. $0.83. But if you multiply it by a 10x leverage, that is $8.3 profit. Dollars profit on your $1 capital is a lot. Imagine if you have 3 trades running or 4 or 5 trades running for you. But we don't trade multiple coins because of the risk management, especially newcomers. Newcomers, you can't trade. You must always be on one coin because we are not focusing on making too much profit at once. We are focusing on you understanding first. You must understand it. It's very, very important. Let me see if I can get one that this is not much. One that we set and the loss is not much. Let me check for FET. You can see this coin now. This coin now, we entered it here. We entered this coin here. And at this entry point here, that was where we entered the coin. You can see it started coming down. Now it's starting to go up again, but it has not reached our stop loss amount. Go up again so that it can get to our entry and then start going into profit. So let me check has a 7.5, 7.2% stop loss. 19.2, 19.1% is a 1 to 2.6 risk to reward ratio. You can see here to 2.6 risk to reward ratio. So if you multiply plus amounts, which is 7 point something that was here, if you multiply it by 2.6, it will give you 19.10. Dave, you were asking against us, meaning, okay, so you are saying if he hits 50% of the stop loss against us, it means you have 0.5 left. Remember, your capital is $100. Your capital is $100. You only used $1 for this trade. That is if the trade does not buy margins. Remember, we have set margins in the margin configuration. So as the trade goes, if it starts to go against you, the robot will be taking more of your money to buy more before it reaches this stop loss. So to see if the trade is going against you, the robots will be buying more, will be buying more. But there's a limit. We have set a limit. The robot can't buy more than some certain limit of your money. Okay. And if it eventually gets here, so then it depends on the total amount in the trade. You'll be losing the amount. So let's assume it's only $1 that you have in that trade, and it goes down and stops you out at 5 point something percent. That means you'll be losing 50 something percent of your $1. Remember, you still have $99 left in your exchange that is not touched. Okay, so then we re-strategize again. You go back to your drawing board. Why have you lost on that trade? Very important. You check. You go to your journal. You write it down. You document the trade. You write the reason why it has failed. You know, even if you win a trade, you must go to your journal and you write the day you entered the trade, how long you spent, it sold, why did it sell. You must put it there in your journal. Why did the trade sell? You know, so you must question a winning trade as much as you must question a losing trade. All is for learning. If you lose a trade and then you don't go back to your drawing board, that is a big loss. But if you lose a trade and you go back to your drawing board, is a plus for you. Please note that is a plus for you. So I see Fabulous asking, okay, how uh Zoom user, have I answered your question? You said suppose we trade with $1 while 100% returns to your account. I don't from your $100 and you lose 50% of your $1. That means you have $99 left with $0.5. That is $99.5 that you have. Zoom user. Answered you, Zoom user. Now, I see a question from Fabulous again saying, what do you use in picking your signal on trading view? Oh, I use a couple of things. I use support and resistance. I use the trend line and so I use support and resistance, trend line, and smart money concepts and price action. That's all I use to pick my signal. Basically, it's price action. I do more of price action. I read the candles, the performance. I have a couple videos on the YouTube channel. You can check. You can check the videos. I have short videos. I have long videos that talk about how I analyze the market. But mostly, I use the price action. Yes, the price action. There's going to be a lot of lectures coming in for you. Yeah, about the price action. So, Yes. Is that all? Is that all the questions we got? Is that all the questions we got? Uh, is there nobody else that has a question so that we can close the meeting for today? Let me see. Does anyone have any more questions? Please let me know if there's any more question before we start, before we end the meeting for today. Before we end the meeting for today, please. I'm about to end the meeting. If there's any question, it's time for taking questions. Okay, I see. Okay, Fabulous goes ahead to ask. He says, okay, he says, can one actually use $1 to trade? $1 to trade? No, no, no. The minimum amount for most, yes, you can use $1 to trade if you are leveraging. If you are leveraging, yes, you can use $1. That is $1. Yes, you can use, of course, $1 you can use. Oh, what am I saying? It's in sports that you can't use $1. In sports, the minimum you can use is $2.4, and some coins is $5. But in futures, yes, yes, yes. Come with your $1. Let us trade with your $1. With your $1, with your $1, you have a position of $10. So you can buy first. Your first buying amount will be $5 minimum, because the minimum amount you can buy on Binance is $5. Some coins will allow you to buy 2.4, but not so much. Most coins will allow $5. So your minimum is $5. So you can buy, since you have $1, that means you can buy, you can use your first buying amount to be $5. So you enter the trade with $5, you keep the remaining, okay, for risk management. So that is it. So with your $1, you only be trading with $0.5. That's how far you can go. But you have to trade slowly and you have to grow slowly. It's not about growing that $1 to become 10,000. No. But it's about becoming a professional with that your $1. So that when God blesses you with $50, you know how to multiply, or that $1 could even get to $50. What are you saying? Oh my God. You can build $1. I have a team member that built $10. Now our capital is over 400. A lady in my team. $10. She started from $10. She got liquidated. And then she managed to find $10. She lost all her capital due to poor risk management. Then she managed to find another $10. I told her, you're going to make it. And then now she's over $400 in capital. And she doesn't even trade with much money out of her capital. Because she has learned the hard way. She learned. She had to learn with $10 because she had a lot of capital. She had over $1,500 capital before. But then she would trade, we'll tell her use risk management. She will put more of her money in the trade, and then it will liquidate her. You know, she'll trade again, liquidate her, trade again, liquidate her until she ran out of capital. She ran out of capital. Until she ran out of capital, and then she had to manage and look for $10. Now she's trading with just $10, which she has now used, to make a lot of profits. Okay. So that is it. Yes, you can use $1 to trade. You can use $1 to trade, my brother. Yes, you use $1 to trade. Make sure you set stop loss. Use isolated margin. Okay. On your Binance, make sure you set your trading mode to isolated margin so that even if you trade liquidates, it won't wipe your account to zero. So yeah, those are basically everything. I thought the meeting would only last for 30 minutes, but we've been here for quite some time. Really, I really enjoy myself with you guys. I wish I can always do this every day. just to come here and share. Yes, we would always do this more often. I hope you have learned. Very important. I hope by the time I drop my next signal, I hope none of you in this meeting will be asking me what to do. Be on YouTube for you to go and watch again if you have to learn. Please, there is no excuse. There is no excuse. There is no excuse. Okay. Oh, my co-hosts. People have been trying to join the meeting since and they are not. Oh my God. They are even gone. My co-hosts are gone. Wow. Wow. The light orb is here. I could have made you my co-host. Oh, I just allowed Madam Tessie from Spain. Welcome. I'm sorry. My co-hosts were not active. I've been busy presenting in the meeting. I don't know how long you've been waiting there in the waiting room. I just checked now and I saw that two people were waiting in the waiting room. I saw Madam Tessie and God's eyes. I just saw you guys. I'm sorry. My co-hosts were not active. They've even left. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Madam Tessie. Oh, I'm very happy to have you here. It will be like the first time you'll be coming to my meeting, Madam Tessie. This is the first time I'll ever see you in my meeting. I know you're always busy. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad to see you here. Although we are done with the meeting, but oh, I feel great to have you in here. I'm so happy. Yeah, I think we are done with the meeting. To recap, yes, I see a question. I asked a question before I left. Oh my God, God's eyes. The question you asked, I have answered your question. You said, oh my God, this is your question. This was your question before you left, right? This was your question. Ah, you said, thank you, quote. You said, thank you. Okay. Sorry. What am I doing? What am I doing? Okay, God's eyes. Your question is here. You said, thank you, coach. The 50% stop loss, if trade goes against you, means you have $0.5 left. Suppose we trade with $1 while $100 return. So I have explained, okay? Okay. If with $100 and you have held the position of $10 with your 10x leverage, that means you only have $1 in the trade. And if it goes against you and you lose 50%, which is 5% against you, but with your 10x leverage now 50%, if you lose it, that means you're losing 50% of your $1, which is $0.5. Yes. Now remember, you have $99 left from your $100. So this $0.5 will now go back to your $99. Your total balance will now be 99.5. So I don't understand what you said that $100 returns our account to 0.0. No, I don't understand that 0.0. Okay, I don't understand. You said suppose we trade with $1 while 100% returns to. I don't understand that. If you make profits on this trade, the profits will go to your capital. Your capital was $100. You see it increase, and if it eats your stop loss, you see it reduced to 99.5. Then you have more chances to win. So I said, if you lose a trade, you don't just go straight into another trade. You go back to your drawing board. You take your journal. You must have a journal as a professional trader. You must have a journal. You go into your journal. You record, what did I do wrong? Why did this trade go against me? You are free to question your leader. Even if you trade a coin and the coin has gone in your favor, you are free to question that coin. Ask questions. Why has the trade won? Why have I won that trade? If you lose a trade, it's not a bad thing to lose a trade. The worst thing is for you to not understand why you have lost the trade. Okay? The worst thing is for you to not understand why you have lost, to not even learn from the mistake. So even if you lose a trade, you are still winning as long as you can go back to your drawing board. But if you win a trade and you can't go to the drawing board, you are still losing. If you win and you can't go to the drawing board, you are losing, despite the fact that you have won. But because you don't know what is going on, but as a beginner, you are free to keep on winning until you understand. But as a professional trader, whenever we lose, we go back to the drawing board and check what is going on. Even when we win, we go back again and we check, why have we won this trade? Because I have set some trades like this with this same pattern that I use with this same technical analysis and it has gone against me. Why has this one gone in my favor? You still have to check, you know, very important. So I hope I have answered your question. Yeah, you said, I meant if we trade with $1, a leverage of 10. Yeah, if you trade with $1. Oh, okay. Okay, the typo. You trade with $1 while leverage of 10. Yeah, but then I don't understand what you mean about the $0, right? But I hope I have explained. I hope I have explained everything. I hope I have. Oh, someone says they can pick a coin. Oh, no, no, no. This is not a trading session, okay? This is just a meeting to show how to go into the. And we are already done with the trade. We are already done with the meeting, right? We are done with the meeting. Oh, fabulous. I think you just joined us. You haven't traded a coin with us. Don't worry. Signal will come. Keep an eye on the group. You see my premium signals will come in the premium group, in my mentorship group. That's where I post my premium signals, okay? And in the general groups, you can only get my signals maybe once or twice a day. But in the premium group, that is where you can get more of the signal. So don't worry. After the meeting, and after a while, I'm going to go into the markets and pick out good trades for us. Okay, you don't have to rush. And we'll have more sessions that will talk about technical analysis and all. That is when we can now pick coins together. We always have technical analysis classes that will pick coins together as well. Okay. So yeah. Yeah. So this is just a meeting about how to enter a signal. Do you understand? We don't want to stay off topic. Yeah, God's eyes goes ahead to say 0.0 if the coin goes against us is the results we get if we use 100%. Oh, you can't use 100% as stop loss. That is liquidation. If your trade takes you out at 100%, that means you have gotten liquidated. That means you have been liquidated of the trade. That is straight liquidation, okay? That's what we call liquidation, which is very bad. We don't allow this to happen. Because if you're trading on the cross margin and a trade liquidates you, okay, liquidates you, that means you can lose all your capital. So we don't allow, because of this liquidation, that is why we cap, that's why we use the stop loss so that it will not get to the liquidation point. It's not good for your account to get to zero, okay? You don't want that. So we use stop loss. And sometimes you might even use stop loss and the trade will still liquidate you. I hope friends know this. You can use a stop loss and the trade will liquidate you. If the coin is too, if there's a slippage in the coin, if there's a slippage that the coin moves too rapidly, moves too fast within 1 second, it could take you out, liquidate all your accounts, take all your money out after and after the liquidation is done, that is when your stop loss will now trigger. Because the market moved too fast for the stop loss to trigger. But then money was finished in your exchange and it has liquidated you. Then the stop loss now triggered for nothing. That is possible as well. That is why we advise for you to trade on the isolated margin. Don't trade on the cross margin. When you trade on the cross margin, if one position gets liquidated, it wipes out your whole account. But if you trade on the isolated margin, if your position gets liquidated, it will only take the margin allocated for that coin. So you have only $1 in a trade and you have $99 left in your exchange. If you are trading on the cross margin, if this $1 gets to liquidation, it will take out all the $99, everything back to zero. But if you are trading on the isolated margin, if your $1 gets liquidated, you still have your $99. Nothing will touch it. So isolated margin is better than cross margin. Okay. Yes. Someone is asking about the CPI data news. That will be updated in the group, right? That will be updated in the group. Okay. That will be updated. I'm going to post an update about that in the group after meeting, okay? After the meeting. Yeah. So is there anyone else that has question about entering a trade, setting the signals, the stop loss and everything? I hope no one else has a question concerning what has been taught today. Yeah, premium group. Yeah, that is my premium group, my mentorship group. That's the premium group, yes, the VIP. My mentor, my mentees are my VIP, my students. So if you are part of my students, then you should be on the yes, you should be on the mentorship group. If you are not there, you can reach out to me through your royalq app or on WhatsApp so that we can add you. Okay. If you are in the mentorship, then you are qualified to be in my VIP group. I don't charge, we don't pay to be on my VIP group just for you to be in the mentorship and then you qualify to be in my VIP. Yes, I think we are done with the meeting for today. And then I can call it a wrap. I think we started around what time did we start the meeting? What time? But the meeting has been running for like maybe over 2 hours. Yes. The meeting has been running for over 2 hours now. Yes, for over 2 hours. Well above 2 hours we've been here. I think we have done well today. Yes. Please know that if you have any issues, if you have any urgent issues, please, urgent issues, you can always reach out to this Zoom. If you are a student, you are free to always come to this Zoom and message any of our admins in the mentorship group. Okay, this is the mentorship group. You can see this group at the top here. If you are in this group, then you are part of my premium students. If you are on this group, you are part of my premium subscribers. Okay, so if you are on this group right here is where we make it happen. So make sure you are there. Once you're on that group, you get all the updates. Yes, you get all the updates. So yes, that's it about everything for today. The links will be shared in the group. The link to the video will be shared in the group once it is ready. Okay. So if you have any question, you have an urgent issue, I repeat, urgent issue, you are free to hit us up on the Zoom and message any of our admins in the group to attend to you. Message anyone. If you message any of the admins, they are not available, they will message the person that is available and someone will join you in the Zoom. When you join the Zoom, please always allow for at least 10 minutes waiting time. Don't expect that you will join and immediately somebody will join you. No, you can join and someone will join you immediately. But you should allow for at least 10 minutes waiting time for somebody to join you. Once you join, send a message to one of the admins and wait for at least 10 minutes to be added, okay? To be accepted into the room so that we can treat any urgent issues you have. Okay. So I think we can end the meeting here. Okay. I see God's Eye says all the listed coins in my royalq shows 00. Okay. 00. Okay. I see Fabulous says she says she's in my mentorship group already. Okay, great, great. Then if you have any issues, you can always reach out to any of the admins or you reach out to me. I'll be glad to help. God's Eye says all the listed coins in my royalq shows 00. You need the XVPN, okay? XVPN, okay? I'm going to drop a prompt here. XVPN. Okay. So PM. Oh, okay. UDPP. Okay, so I dropped a message here in the Zoom. Check the message box. I dropped a message. What you should do to for issues like that. Check the message in the Zoom here. God's eyes. That is the solution to the issue. Okay, it happens with MTN network in Nigeria. Okay, please pick the solutions there. Pick the solution there in the chat and use it as it is written. Okay, someone says I should add them in the VIP group. Who is that? Who is that? Fabulous. Aren't you there in the VIP group? This group that is showing on my screen. Are you not there? VCNG Mentorship Trading Group. Are you not in the group? This group, Mentorship Trading Group. Are you not there? Oh, you are not there. Oh, how come you are not there? Who did you text? Who did you text? Who brought you into the meeting? Who was your consultant that brought you into the meeting? Let me know, cause or what is your name on royalq? What is your nickname on royalq? Oh, fabulous! You said you are there, but not the. I don't understand. You are in the mentorship group is the VIP group. That is my VIP group. You are already there. That is my VIP group. Once you are in this mentorship group that you can see on my screen, that is my premium group. I don't have another premium group. This is my best group. Okay. This group you are seeing on my screen is my best WhatsApp group. No, 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 no. The other groups I have, they are not as active as this. This is my most active group. Okay. This group is where everything happens. This is my home. This is my family. Okay. So once you are in this group, you have the whole of me. Everything I know, I share it on this group. Everything I know, I share it on this group. Even this morning, I shared some ideas in the group. Okay. God's eyes, I hope you picked the prompt that I just sent so that you can use it to. Yes, yes, yes. I remember while we were doing your API binding, you downloaded the XVPN, God's eyes. Yes. Just use it the way we use it the other time. And then all the coins will display. Okay. Yes, it's a wrap. We are done with the meeting. We are done with the meeting. Okay. We have some people here with us are finish with us. Those are, let me see, Delight Orb, Fabulous, God's Eyes, and Maki. Okay. Delight Orb, Fabulous, God's Eyes, and Maki, and my humble self. Thank you, every one of us, for being here and staying until the end of the meeting. Thank you. It was a very great meeting. A very great meeting. And yeah, just a quick recap of what we agreed on, what we discussed. We have talked about the how to enter the signal, how to calculate your first buying amount, how to set your leverage. Then we talked about the take profit as well, how to set the take profits, and what else did we talk about? Okay. So we are going to be moving forward. We are going to be moving forward with other topics. Okay, in the next meeting, which will be announced in the group, I'm going to announce. Okay. Let's say our next check-in date. Our next check-in date should be, today is Thursday. Yes. Let's have one more meeting tomorrow. Okay. I'm going to host one more meeting tomorrow, and then we can continue from where we stopped. We teach something else tomorrow. Okay. Let's see, what can we teach tomorrow? What did we not touch today? Okay, the margin configurations. Okay, we could teach about the margin configurations and yeah, the other stuffs tomorrow. Okay. Yes, and that's it. Thanks everyone. And thank you. And have a great day. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye for now.